I don't know where to go with this. This is a tough one. Welcome back, everybody. Wanted to take a couple minutes and kind of talk about on-grid versus off-grid. What's what we are, I don't know. It seems like it's kind of a confusing thing. So I figured it'd be kind of fun to sit down and talk about it and see what you guys all thought. So as we go through this, leave a comment, let us know what you think. I think by definition, off-grid means you're disconnected from everything. Disconnected from power, internet, everything. So we're up here, we have a well, we have a septic, we're running off a generator right now because we're just in the starting phases of our build. But one of the big things that one of the big questions that we've got is, do we connect to the power? Do we not connect to the power? Because we're fortunate enough that we actually have power lines that run right up our property line. So it's no additional cost. It's not cost prohibitive for us to connect to the power grid. I don't think that very many people are actually living off-grid by the true definition of what off-grid is. I saw a poll that another YouTuber put out. Let me get that. So Breaking Free Off-Grid put out a poll. 75% of people said completely off the utility grid except for the internet. But by definition, you're still connected to the grid. So I don't know, I think that's an exception that everybody's making. Now, I can't tell you if you're on grid or off grid. I think it's kind of a personal thing. I don't know that it's we're going off of the definition anymore. I think it's more of a feeling. I mean, you look around here, we got a bunch of snow. We do have neighbors. They're just up the hill here. I got neighbors right over there. But this feels off grid to us. And I think we are off grid because I think at the end of the day, anybody that's truly off the grid probably isn't watching YouTube. So kind of another interesting phenomenon is we live in Santan Valley, which is a suburb of Phoenix, very much on grid, planned community, tract homes, all that good stuff. But we literally know one of our neighbors. We're up here, which we consider off-grid. I'm not a huge people person. I like to be away from people. Funny thing happened. We came up here, we're away from everybody, and I'll bet you I know 50 of my neighbors. And they all stop by, say hi. We're at the entrance to kind of a grouping of homes here. So everybody knows us. They all stop, want to visit, chit chat. I know a bunch of them. I've got all their phone numbers. So it's kind of funny. We came up here to be more disconnected. I don't want to say from humanity, but kind of disconnected from humanity and get away from the rat race. And we're actually more connected to the people around us up here. I think off-grid is, kind of a mindset. Maybe we should start calling it wilderness living or something like that, but off-grid probably just rolls off the tongue a little bit better. So I'm sure that this probably doesn't, answer any questions of what is off-grid and what is on-grid, but hopefully it at least invokes some sort of a thought process and thinking about it. I think it's a personal, definition. You know, once you get past the fact that none of us are really living off-grid, you know, with the exception of maybe some people in Alaska. Well, with the exception of, you know, some people, off-grid is really, you know, by the definition, more of, you know, people living in a third world that are completely cut off from everything. So I don't know. I hope that this, you know, generates some thought process. I think that it's a question that you got to answer for yourself. As for us, I look around, I think we're off grid. So I hope you like it. Like the video, subscribe, come back, see how we're doing. Thanks. Don't mess with it.
Go. 1, 2, 3. Go.